What's going on, guys? Butters2 here, and today we are going to be talking about comic book skin representation in Marvel's Avengers in the current day. Now, some of you may already noticed that I've made a video like this before, and for those who didn't know, about 8 months ago, I made a video talking about the comic book skin representation versus MCU skin representation in Marvel's Avengers. And to recap it, basically, I said in that video that we need more comic skins that are of quality compared to the MCU skins, and we need them more in quantity too, along with that. So in this video, we will be going over that, how it's changed, what's new, what's different, some problems and issues, and a wish list at the end. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Starting off with the first thing, the comic book skin quantity. Now, I will not lie, and I will say that comic book skins have been doing great in terms of quantity. The quantity has increased by a lot compared to before. Before, we used to get like a comic skin every 2 months or so, like Fear Itself Iron Man or Cap Wolf. You know, maybe a superior Iron Man or a classic Cap here and there. But the only time we ever really got comic skins was when a new hero dropped, pretty much, and it was for that hero. Like Spider-Man had a couple, Hawkeye had a couple, Black Panther had a couple, but nothing much. And now they are on the main menu. Like, we are getting tons. And it is crazy because nobody would have ever expected this to happen about 8 months ago. Sure, yeah, they were pushing it, but we all expected MCU would keep going. So I'm glad to see that they're increasing it in terms of numbers. Now, as for the quality, I'd say that they've also increased in this as well. And I think it's really good that they have. The quality for these skins has gone up by margins. Like, we are talking about MCU skin quality for comic book skins. You know, you have some like Herald of Galactus Thor. You have your Cap Wolf level detailed. There was one for Hulk where he had a gun on his back. Black Widow most recently just got her hooded version of her outfit from like one of the most recent comic book runs. Overall, it's great with what they're doing and giving these skins more quantity, more quality, more love, because it's what people have been asking for years, aside from MCU skins. But there are some issues. Starting off with the first issue, we need to talk about what's happening with Spider-Man in terms of skins. Now, Spider-Man hasn't gotten any skins since his last skin dropped in the marketplace, which was a while ago. I think like 5 or 6 months ago, if I'm going to be exact. All he has gotten since his launch is MCU skins, mainly. And then that's it. So there has been no Symbiote Spider-Man. There's been no Scarlet Spider. No Kane Scarlet Spider. There's been no comic book Iron Spider. No 2099. It's definitely a weird situation for Spider-Man. Because you'd figure that with one of the biggest heroes in the game, you would give your all for him. But they just haven't. Now, I don't know if that's a licensing thing. Like, they can't because they only had a certain amount of time and they just didn't do it, or something else. But overall, I think Spider-Man definitely needs some love. I would say the same for Black Panther, but we know he's going to get some skins soon. I can say it for Kate, though. She definitely needs some love because she really doesn't get much. So, Spider-Man and Kate, they are missing out a lot. And then we have another issue with comic book skins today, which is sometimes how they're actually represented in the game, aka how they compare to their comic book selves. For the most part, they've been doing pretty good making it close, if not one-to-one accurate with the suits. They've been doing really good with that, I won't lie. But there have been a couple of times where they've decided to make some changes and it didn't really turn out as what people would have hoped. For example, there was a Black Widow shipment skin a while ago where she had a certain look and she had like Spider-Man's gauntlets or something, and she had like an all black suit with that, but they just reused a couple of assets and then they didn't add the Spider-Man web design to her gauntlets. I know a lot of people weren't happy about that. I feel like they definitely could have done that. They just didn't do it because it was a shipment skin. And I feel like that's a big problem. And then most recently, as of recording, today, they decided to release a skin called Secret Empire Captain America. Now, for those who already know what that is, or for those who don't, Secret Empire Captain America had this suit where it was basically an Iron Man armor, per se. And yeah, that's basically what it was. Like, if you've ever seen the Contest of Champions suit for Marvel Contest of Champions, Civil Warrior, where it's like blue, red, and gray, that's basically what it was, but green, yellow, Hydra themed. And so what they decided to do for that one is they recolored it. They didn't even recolor it. They recolored the classic Captain America suit that's already in game and then called that Secret Empire. Literally, that's the name right now. And a lot of people have been talking about this. It has been very controversial because they took one of Captain America's most, if not one of the top 3 popular skins requested for the game, and they basically just put it as a recolor. Now, granted, they didn't advertise it as a comic book skin exactly. They just said inspired. Like, they didn't put the comic there like they usually do. They just kind of put it there. So maybe they could redo it later. Maybe they won't. Or maybe they'll just release it and then rename the skin that dropped today to something else. But that's also another problem. While they are doing good in comic book skins, there are those certain issues that still loom. Spider-Man still needs some love. They are releasing comic book skins every now and then that do go over the line in terms of what they need to match. For example, Empire Cap, because Jesus Christ. But overall, that's what's happening. In terms of something else, Wishlist. I would like to see Civil Warrior in the game. I feel like that will be a good skin for Cap, but they must not mess it up like they did for Secret Empire Cap. That would just be terrible. Extremis Iron Man, that'd be nice. I would love to see that. That's a skin worth buying for. Symbiote Spider-Man, obviously a classic. You gotta get that. Hulk with his shield armor, amazing. Ms. Marvel is already set for me. Thor, I think people will really love his skin where he has the golden arm and like the golden helmet. That looks nice. And then otherwise than that, for the Winter Soldier, since he's coming to the game, I say his Capwolf skin. But hey, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. What skins would you like to see? What do you think about Secret Empire Cap? Yeah, and let's just have a conversation down in the comments below. This is Jazzy Butters 2. Have a great day, everybody. Peace. Bye. Wear your seatbelt.